Hello everyone, welcome back to Edzi's Modded Adventure episode 10, where today we're finally, we're going to start working on getting some processing done. Processing? As in more processing from the quarry. So I did a little more off camera than I expected to. I just got carried away building last night when I finished work. But firstly, I've turned off the quarry in that one. I've made the nether mining dimension. Nothing much has changed on here. I've added a crafting table to the crafter so I can get essentially the energy exporters and cables which we're going to need for powering the machines in that. I had to add another chest because I was getting filled up with seeds because I was emptying out the chest from the farm, which has been rather good. So we've got, a decent collection of food, which we're gonna have to start sorting into barrels, I believe. So if I was to go back up top to our entrance, I removed a couple of the leaves and I've built this little bridge crosses over our little waterfall. Added more trees around here, some bone meal under the grass, and built our factory, which we are going to do for 2 floors. So like the second floor will start along this wood line, and I'm thinking of using another sheet metal. What is it? Is it scaffolding? Yeah. We'll be using like the aluminium scaffolding with the wood bit on it, because one is cheaper than the steel one, and it looks decent, and it can actually be climbed if we need to climb it. So what we're going to put in here is we're going to be putting a crusher. I have some things ready to go. So we're going to put you there for now. Actually, we're going to put this up higher. It doesn't need to be low. So this is just the omnidirectional hardware. It's group 1 omnidirectional connector, which is connected to our system anyway, which we can use to transfer power, and we can use it to transfer items. So along the floor, I've just used various different stone bricks using the trowel. I've done various sort of red texture bricks, diorite, granite, and different types of granite and bricks. And up here we've done diorite, calcite, and we've used the stripped dark oak to do the framework. And on the outside it's just different types of cobble with moss and bricks and whatnot, just to show like different states of it being ruined. I know it's very square, but what else would you expect from a factory? Factory's not supposed to be, a factory can look good, but also not supposed to look good. I've done a nice little big roof, which potentially we could do a 3rd layer to this, and the large diamond chip glass just to add some natural lighting into it. And as you see, I put the feral flare lanterns in each corner just to make sure the entire thing is kept lit without using torches on the floor. So the first thing we do need to do is we need to get into steel production from mechanism, essentially. So you need to export energy. So the first thing we need to make is a metallurgic infuser. I think it's double L, isn't it? Yeah. So we just need 2 furnaces, and that gets us our metallurgic infuser. Yeah, pop you down, and this is how we're going to make our steel to start with. We will do a whole blast furnace and whatnot from Immersive as well, which I think I'm going to put like a couple of coke ovens across here, and then the blast furnaces around here. We'll have our crusher sort of like here, and then once we get the electrodes for the arc furnace, it'll go into that. But for now, we're gonna just use the gold furnace in here that we're gonna upgrade as far as we can, I think. So this upgrades into diamond, and you upgrade into emerald, and I think you into that, and I think you then need netherite. Yeah, so I need some magma creams, and then magma creams, and then we need to do the netherite. So I believe we got some ancient, we got some scrap in here, haven't we? Yeah. And this isn't going to be the way I'm going to constantly do netherite stuff. But for now, this is how we're going to do it. Some. And then you into the netherite furnace. We also need to make the factory upgrade for this. You just need a piston and then the factory upgrade. So that'll be our way of smelting the ores up. So to get our steel, we're going to need a bunch of coal and a bunch of iron. So how much coal do we have? We have a lot. And then we need some iron. And then we do you and you. You will make us the... You'll make enriched iron, which then we need to process back through into this again for the steel dust, which will then cook up. So what we can do, we'll wait for that a minute. Energy exporter. Should just be able to craft one, and I should just do it. Boom, boom, boom. Energy exporter. Perfect. So we're just going to pop this here for now. Export all energy. Factory augment. Speed augment. Split on. And now we just wait for this to finish up. Let's change this transfer rate to 10,000. Change this transfer rate. Change this to that one will be 10,000. This one is going to be 100,000, and that should just fill up a lot faster. The enriched iron is used to make the reactor glass, and the steel dust, which then we just need to make into steel ingots. So while that does that, what we're going to need to do is we're going to want from Immersive, we're going to need to make, we're going to want that one, that one, that one. Don't need that, don't need that. I'm going to get rid of all of this for now. We're not going to need that. Power diamond anvil, we will need, because this thing can be used to repair stuff with power. So we don't have to spend materials repairing things. So let's grab the Immersive Engineering Immersive Handbook. We need a lever and we need a book. And that gets us our handbook. Put these away for now, and then we can grab them back out in a moment. So to make these builds, I know we're gonna need the engineer's workbench, potentially the circuit table at one point, coke bricks, glass bricks. We're going to need redstone engineering, heavy engineering, light engineering blocks. And I want to want steel scaffolding. We're going to need steel scaffolding for some of these things. We're going to need... What else? We're going to want conveyor belts. And I think if we use these ones, we can actually like cover them. And there's a lot of different things. Like the only thing with Immersive's conveyors, like I have to have my magnet off around the area, because right, I want to see if I can make that time in a bottle. I think my game just crashed. Yeah, my game just crashed. I'll be right back. Right, after a quick restart, I got a funny feeling. I'm not gonna look at time in a bottle again right now. I'll look at it off camera and try and figure out what it is that's, if it's something to do with the recipe or it's just broken. If it's broken, I'll take it out. I won't use it. The only reason I wanted to use it is to speed up the process of the steel. That's almost ready. So yeah, as I was saying, so if we go back to Immersive, I know we're gonna need pistons for the metal presses, because we're gonna have a bunch of metal presses as well. So let's just start doing some crafting. We got that. Engineer's workbench, right? We need creosote for this first, so we need to make coke bricks, actually normal bricks, to grab them out of our EMC. Just grab a bunch of bricks, bunch of clay, and then we can make our coke ovens. So you need 27 per. So if we do 1, 2, then we need the hammer, engineer's hammer. We need this to form all our multi-blocks. And then for the 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. Love getting weather notifications. I don't care if it's going to rain. I live in Wales. It's going to rain. Got our 2 coke ovens down. And what we'll do is grab some coal. And we'll start making our creosote. But what we're going to do is we're going to get tanks. We're going to get the mechanism basic tanks. Is these, so you get 32 buckets of creosote per stack of coal, which is great, which is brilliant. So what we need to do with this though is, what we're going to want to make is, I want some of these conveyor belts. We're going to put some of these down. Some of these down. Can andesite funnels pull out of this? We'll find out shortly. Once one of these is done, it take a long time. I wish I would tell you how long it would take. I wish it really would tell you how long it's going to take. Looks like this one's almost done. Because if these can pull the coke oven, the coal coke out, it'd be an interesting, mod crossover. So we have our coal coke in there. It does awesome. If I do that, I can do this, and we can get draw. Couldn't think of it then, because these conveyors auto put into barrels. So that's that automated for the most part. So we got our coke ovens, we now blast bricks, which require nether bricks, and normal bricks. And to get nether bricks, actually, while we're here, nether rack. Okay. And then we're gonna fly over it real quick, it's faster. That, and then another bricks themselves. And then we're gonna get 2 magma blocks. Do I have magma blocks in here? I do. So 27 there. 27 there. And we will upgrade these to reinforced ones once we're able to get the steel we need. There. Hammer! So we're gonna put these 2 down. And we can just use these to passively make steel as we go along. Because these ones take a lot longer than using the metallurgic infuser, because the metallurgic infuser can obviously be sped up. Okay. So I'm thinking, because these can't be automated, thinking of actually putting another 2 on top. I don't know. We will see. I got some steel to get us started. Right. So for this, let's get one of those tanks. That should get us some creosote oil. Treated wood is that. Pop it back in there. So we need to make this thing first. We need a crafting table. We need some slabs. And then we need sticks. I don't even know if we're gonna have enough for this. You. Got you. Okay. And then we need fence. Yeah, still need some more treated. That's fine, we got enough. Should have enough in this one. Yeah. Treated wood planks. Not that one. That one. There. Back there. And then we just need to do some sticks, fence, boom, and then the engineer's workbench. I'm gonna pop you there. So to make these, we need this one, and we pop you, not you. This metal press molds. So we need 4 of the 3. No, we need one. We need one of the blueprints. And then to make these, we need steel plates. Funnily enough, which we can do with the hammer. I think it's just like 1 and 1. Yeah. So you go in there. This, we need cutters. Yeah, we need the cutters for each one. So we need the engineer's cutters. Pop in here. I think we need steel plates for all of these, don't we? Yeah. Put the steel away for now. Yes, I know I said unlearned and I could learn it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to try and now, and try to get to the point now where I use the Project E stuff as little as I can. Because we're getting to the point where we can make the stuff we're doing ourselves you four. Take you four. Get some iron out of here. Start crafting up some of the steel in that one as well. So now we've got these. First thing we want to do is we need redstone engineering blocks, which these require, you know, plates. So to make our press, we need a redstone engineering block, heavy engineering block, which requires, you know, steel plates. So a lot of this is going to be done manually first. So we get some. I think that is it for the sheet metal that I need. That gives me the 4 sheet metal I need. And I need 4 of those. Yeah, so I need 16 more steel. I've got electrum and I've got copper. So you steel plates. I need 16 of these, I said, wasn't I? And that makes us our mechanical components. And that should be 4 heavy engineering blocks. We need iron sheets, which we can do create. Here's our iron sheets for this. Okay, and redstone engineering blocks. And then we need these ones. We need 4 of these. And that gets us those. Okay. So we need a piston. We need 2 steel scaffolding. So we need a normal piston. We need some steel scaffolding. Requires some steel rods. That's not what I wanted. So we should have everything to make this now. We got the conveyors, we got the scaffolding, we got the heavy engineering, we got the redstone, and we got the piston. Awesome. So the way this works, I believe, is by putting 1, 2, nope. You like that. I think this is right. Yeah, redstone engineering in the bottom. And then I'm going to put you. That's it. So we put the heavy engineering there ready. And then we break this one. Beautiful piston there. And then we put conveyor belts like so. And I should just be able to hit this with the hammer. Wherever my hammer's gone. And there's our first press. So now if we get some energy, if I just get 10 of these. Variable transformer, I gotta do. Variable card. One of them. Recipe. Transformer. Which one was it? Energy. It is the output variable transformer. Output variable transformer. And I think I need to do the piston recipe as well. I don't think I've got the piston recipe. I do not. Awesome. And then we just go down here. I think I got 2 slots available left in this. I do. Perfect. So now doors back to how they're supposed to be. grab some logic cabling. And then some of the energy thingamajiggies. Now we just wait for it to craft. Boom, 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 boom. Like, it's not super fast, but it's not slow either, which is great. And then any variable cards. Make some more. And then we get our logic cables. Just gonna go straight up, and we're gonna come across here. You. Pop you. Okay. Logic cable can come across here. Variable card in. Increase the transfer amount. Boom. Done. And now use this to make plates better, which is great, because now all we need to do is get a hopper and a couple of chests. Come on. And then we hopper into you. Chest there. Chest there. And now we wait. We got some more steel. Nice amount of steel. You in there. And we're getting there on steel. So I'm gonna craft up. I'm gonna build up two more of these. One for each press, and I will be right back. Right, we have our 3 presses, one with gears, one with rods, and one with plates, which is going to make our life so much easier when it comes to crafting up the plates and whatnot. So, that's done, pistons, don't need to worry about that. Conveyors, I need to figure out, I need to just get more leather, that's all. My headset's about to die. Charge cables. Second. Right. So. Grab some leather out of here. So we can craft up more conveyors. Stack them. One thing I will say though is do not put these in the EMC, because for some reason they go wonky and they don't like it one bit. So this is like, I think it was like 25 by 15. Like, we've almost filled this first floor. So what I'm going to do next is we're going to work on the crusher, because that's what the goal of today's episode is, to get this up and running. So we need a bunch more light engineering blocks. We need 10 of those. So now we need 40 of these. Oh, we got 4 already. That should get us how many we need. 10 of those, and let's grab that crusher recipe back. Put it on our to-do list. So then we need the redstone engineering block, which we have. We have those, and then we need 10 steel scaffolding. So what we'll do here is, this one is our rods. Pop them in there. These are making 2 rods per ingot now. And then we need any steel. Any steel plates anyway. I love automation with immersive. It's just satisfying. So for the steel scaffolding, how many? 10. We've got none, so we need that. Okay, for you away, and then we need 9 hoppers. Okay, and I think that's some steel fence. There's like 8 steel fence we needed, which is a weird amount. So we got this, that. So for this, we need to build it with, I think it's going to be best done. Book. Heavy machinery crusher. That. So 6, 1, 3. Okay, so we need go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then like engineering again. There. Next layer. Okay, then we need our redstone. Light engineering, 1, 2, 3 there. And then it's these in the center. There's a light engineering in the middle. Yeah. Light engineering block in the middle, and then we put our 4 hoppers on top. And then we grab our hammer and hit it. And there's our crusher. So now we need to grab these. That's our power input there. Variable card, and we're gonna put this at 100,000 because this thing is a lot of energy. So what we need to do next for this, to automate this, is we want to get a chest for higher variety. So we want to make you to an iron chest, whatever the iron chest recipe is, and turn you into a gold, diamond, and we're just going to pop you there for now. So to get the items out of our raw ore out of the system into the crusher, we're going to go over here. I'm going to use this. We're going to do a list, item, and then we're going to go raw, add, or iron, add, or copper, add, gold, and then we need to get all the other raw ores from the other mods. Your Lorium can lag with your crusher, cannot. Okay, and then obviously the immersive ones can instantly go through it anyway, because immersive, nickel, uranium, osmium, tin, and we're gonna put all different ores, raw ores, just because. Just want to make sure that anything and everything that's considered a raw ore that can be worked. You go through a crusher? You can. Awesome. So you can go in there as well. And raw elementium. Where do I get that from? Okay. Can I go through a crusher? No. So we take this list. And then we go over here. We're gonna go into here. Gonna grab ourselves another iron chest, I think. Gonna make you into gold and diamond. And then I'm gonna use this. Let's grab some blocks actually. Let's grab some, I don't know, just some cobble to build with a minute. So we put you there. Or what we can do, you know, let's make this really part of Immersive, is it? So what we'll do here is get these, which requires steel scaffolding. Hang on, conveyors. I can only do these with steel scaffold. Okay. What is it? It's just any type of steel scaffolding. Okay. So if we make a bunch of steel scaffolding, take this, and then we go back to conveyor, and we take a dropping conveyor, which requires this. I believe I can cover. The sim for the steel scaffolding is actually steel. Actual steel. But for now, we'll do it differently. So from here, you'll put a chest with, we need an item exporter. Item interface to make an item exporter. And you pop you on there, and you will export items, and that will export that. Actually, if I turn these into blocks, can these go through the crusher? They can. Okay, that'll make things easier. So what I'll do with this variable card is I'll be right back. I'm going to change all the variable output to block instead. I think that will be better. I'll be right back once I've done that. Right, so I've done a little bit extra because it was just basic setup stuff. Make sure that this works. So I'll show you what I've done momentarily. Hoping, just concentrated then, sorry. Hoping that this should work properly. Like, don't know why it didn't seem to start working straight away, so I started putting stuff back in there. Don't know if this is actually reaching over there. Because these storage drawers, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It should reach 12. Like, I should be able to. Like, I've set you to export all items. Let me take. There we go, now it's working. Okay. So now I put you on there. Over in that chest, there should be all the raw blocks stuff. Awesome. So all this get processed now. So what else? So the other conveyor. The other thing we need for conveyors is we need this one, the extracting conveyor belt. Requires an iron mechanical component. Curtain requires some tough fabric. Luckily, we farmed up a bunch of hemp seeds earlier. So I'm going to put that on last. I'm just going to make sure that these are going in the right direction. Okay, so dropping conveyor needs to go need some cobblestone first. Cobblestone needs to go across here. Then the dropping conveyor belt needs to go there. Just turn on magnet for a minute. And then actually just so we can put down the conveyor belts properly. Then we can remove the cobblestone afterwards. What we'll do with these conveyor belts once we've got in place, because of the steel scaffold and the way Immersive works, we can go in here, grab some glass, Minecraft glass. We got our steel scaffolding back for it. And then on, I think all we need to do now is just put that as well. Turn our magnet off so we don't pick anything up. I don't think we actually need the drop-in one here. Yeah, we don't really need the drop-in one there, do we? Let me take our cobblestone back. And we can just put all of this away. This is going to go in my backpack now as well. Memory slots. And this is producing us some copper grit. And this only extracts at a certain amount. It extracts one at a time, so it doesn't overload. Crusher. What we're gonna do? I'm gonna search here. Turn it down. I like having the noise, but I also don't want it to be chug 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 in your ears. So that is our ore processing, because those raw blocks in the crusher, it's getting us 12 grit per block, whereas these in the crusher, whatever it is, gets us 1 with a 33% chance of getting. But yeah, it still works out, because 9 of these gets 9 plus additional 3 extra. But the blocks are so much better to do, in my opinion. And we shouldn't be running out of power. Don't think so. Check our power supply down here. Yeah. Nah, we're good. We're fine on power. And the good thing about that is it's totally expandable. I could just repeat the process of the magmatics on top again. So yeah, I don't think there's not an immersive village in this one anyway, which is where we need to go to find. Okay. I thought the bee attacked. It didn't. It was the poison damage from the skeleton. So, I think in between episodes, I'm going to go off on an explore. Try and find another village that has an immersive engineering building in it to try and find the graphite rods blueprint so we can make the arc furnace. And once we get the arc furnace, we can start cooking down all of this. I think, yeah, it's just a 1-to-1. And I'd like to use, like, I could just stick them into a smeltery, or I could actually, yeah, no, I'll do it in the arc furnace because I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I'll just throw it into the netherite furnace and be done with it. Because if that's the case, I could just put the netherite furnace in front and the chest to the side, and it'd be done. But I'll arc furnace it because, you know, it's the arc furnace, and it's gonna cost a lot of steel, I believe. Arc furnace be there. Like 6 blocks of steel, steel sheet metal slabs, steel scaffolding, heavy engineering blocks. Yeah, cost the reinforced blast bricks also require steel. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep cooking up a bunch of steel in between episodes, and hopefully we'll have enough. I'm gonna do another stack of iron through the mechanism way, just to have that going as well. Make as much steel as we can, as quick as we can, and then arc furnace our way up. So I think that's a nice little wrapping up point for today's episode. We've got our factory started, our creosote, we've got our blast furnaces making steel, we've got our metal presses for different types of gears, rods, and plates that we're going to need, which we will automate eventually as well. We've got halfway through the ore processing, we've got the crushing of the ores anyway. So we could realistically start up our quarry again and get all the ores coming back in again. Should be brilliant. So until next time, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you may be watching this. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I will see you next time. Bye.